Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal Production channel, great YouTube, and welcome to another Friday review. And today I am here to review Beyond the Grave, the third EP from Blasphemous Creation. And since this EP has been dropped today, again released through Horror Pain Gore Death Productions, a label that my friend here, of course, is the guy behind Nihilistic Outlaw Criminal Order, and of course Doomsday's Today Records, again that being Paul Doomsday, who I've always referred to on this channel. Again, he of course promotes these guys to me, again in hopes to have me, to review their stuff on this channel. So I'm here to, of course, to meet my obligations to that, again, to fulfill my obligations. I'm here to review it. So without further ado, I'm here to give my thoughts on Beyond the Grave from Blasphemous Creation. So let me get into it. Okay, so before I really get into any of my overall thoughts on, the EP here, you know what I have to do, folks? I have to do a track listing rundown so I can tell you folks where all these songs were on this EP, how many songs were on this EP, and what is the time length for this EP. Since we have about 4 songs here, it all clocks in at the length of 17 minutes and 10 seconds. So these 4 songs are beginning with Diabolical Kingdom, the title track, Shadows of Evil, and then finally ending with Black Winter. So there's your 4 songs. Now, to get into some little facts about Blasphemous Creation, these guys were formed all the way back in 2006 and are based out of, funny enough, Reno, Nevada, which if I was still living in Susanville, California, I kind of would be consider these guys a bit of a local band, because Susanville was at least an hour away from Reno, Nevada, and so I would make plenty of trips to at least Reno, Nevada, to at least go to Recycled Records. So, and I've also been there to see Saxon at the now closed Knitting Factory. So, there we go. And I've seen Blue Oyster Cult at the Reno Cook-Off and everything, and Alice Cooper there. So, at least I've got some memories of Reno, and I've had some family members that live out there. So, they're kind of a bit of a home away from home. So, I guess I can kind of consider Blasphemous Creation as kind of a local band, but a very far away local band in a way. So there we go. So Blasphemous Creation, again, formed back in 2006 and released their very first 2 EPs from 2006 to 2007. Again, rest in pieces. And of course, Black Winter. Then of course releasing their demo Shadows of Evil in 2008, and then finally releasing their very first full-length album Diabolical Kingdom in 2009. And then of course from there, 2012, they released Battle of the Ancients, and of course in 2015, releasing their third full-length album, The Rise of Marduk. However, from 2018 to 2021, they released basically actually re-released, I guess you can say, Forsaken Dynasty, because it was first recorded in 2018 or 17 or whatever, and released in 2018, but then they decided to re-record it in 2021. So I guess you can kind of consider the re-recording as a 5th album, but it's really almost still their 4th full-length album that they just decided to re-record once. But I guess recorded twice, whatever. And so finally we are here with Beyond the Grave, which is basically an EP that consists of re-recordings, because again, Black Winter was originally recorded for the Black Winter EP, and Beyond the Grave and Shadows of Evil, I think, were both taken from the Shadows of Evil EP, and were on their very first full-length album, Diabolical Kingdom, which is where the song came from. And so all of this is pretty much re-recordings. But since I'm not familiar with the original recordings, so I'm just judging my overall basis upon these versions of the songs, and all I can say is the one band that these guys seem to really be compared to on Metal Archives is Skeleton Witch, which is the one band that came to my mind while listening to these, even though they are very good, very thrashy. It's almost kind of crazy that there's a bit of a black metal influence in here, because I don't really hear much black metal on these songs, but more just straight up thrash, death metal and everything. And at times, it leans more towards the thrash metal spectrum on these songs, and these are very much straight up fast and furious, pedal to the metal, thrash metal song, but again, with that sort of kind of evil feel to it, in a way, not very much different than like Skeleton Witch or even Warbringer or those kind of bands. Hell, actually, there's another band that really came to mind while listening to this song. That's really upon, like, let's say, the title track or Shadows of Evil, that where they almost remind me a little bit of a very obscure, very now defunct Austrian band called Ray Dead. And that's where some of these songs kind of reminds me of. Just the overall style here reminds me a little bit of Ray Dead. But, so, I'm dropping you guys a really obscure band there. So, but again, these are all very well played. I guess they decided to record these maybe for a lot of good reasons, because of these are more crisper sounding recordings. They just sound more realized, I guess, these songs. And they just, again, the compositions are a lot more better here. Everything just sounds a lot more tighter compared to probably what their original versions were. So it just sounds great. I think from beginning to end, these are all great bangers. And I really have nothing else bad to say. As far as favorite songs, I would say it would be the title track and Black Winter. And Black Winter almost has a kind of a galloping kind of pace to it in a way. But again, in a real great sort of death thrash kind of vibe. And these are just great songs. And again, if you love that kind of that blend of death and thrash metal, you know, this death metal and thrash metal, this is a really good EP to really check out, and a really good band, I think, to check out. So I'm probably, based off of this EP, I probably will go back and really check out some more stuff from Blasphemous Creation, because of these are all very well strung together songs, and I just think they're really tight sounding. And I think everything about these songs are just greatly performed. And again, it's got that nice sort of chaotic feel to it, but still sounds like, I guess, controlled chaos. But still, it just has a nice vibe to them. It sounds old school, and that's what way I dig it. Again, it almost sounds like something that would have been released back in like 1991, 92, era. You know, it just sounds fucking great. This is great stuff. Vocals have a very guttural feel, but it's not like your typical kind of modern, trying to copy a lot of the Cookie Monster style, death metal vocals. These have more like that sort of classic, sort of early old school kind of death metal vocals, where it's like not like Cannibal Corpse, and like some more classic kind of bands that weren't like from Florida. Again, let's say like another band that comes to mind would be the band Incubus and everything. That's where it kind of has that, or even like David Vincent's voice from like Altars of Madness era, Morbid Angel. That kind of feel going on there, and Ray Dead and everything. That's where I can get it from. But it does have that thrash metal aesthetic to them, and I think these are all very great constructed songs. Just so badass in every way. And so I think I pretty much recommend the Beyond the Grave EP here. So there it is, folks. There's my overall thoughts on, again, Beyond the Grave, and my rating is an 8.50 out of 10. I think these are very well solid, thrash metal songs, death metal, whatever. It's just that blend between the two genres, and I think these are all very good representation of that hybrid genre, and these are very good songs to begin with. And so if you like this kind of style, this is all up your alley. And again, just very moshing and everything. I mean, this is all the kind of stuff you would do if you want to really start up a mosh pit and just get shit going and get your fist pumping at any show. That's the way you kind of get from these songs, and I think they are perfect examples of that. So if this sounds like this up your alley, go out and check it out. I'm going to leave you a link to, of course, to the label's Bandcamp page, and hopefully also the band's Bandcamp page as well, so you can check these songs out and also support them by buying their stuff. So there you go. Hope all of you enjoyed. This is Heavy Thrash saying I'm out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.